Hey friends, how are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing so well, and welcome back to another brands video. I'm really excited to share with you guys this list that we've been working on behind the scenes. It's 50 different brands that do really well when you resell them online for outerwear and activewear, kind of like outdoorsy brands. So we're talking about hiking things, skiing, snowboarding, jackets, coats, things like that. And so this is a category where you can make a lot of really good money if you find these brands out in the wild and then resell them online on places like Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, things like that. And so I'm really excited to jump into this video today with you guys. And I'm also excited to let you know that today's video is sponsored by Vendoo. Vendoo is an amazing tool to help you cross-list your items. So if you mostly sell on eBay, it allows you to also post those same items that you've already listed onto places like Poshmark, Depop, Mercari. There's so many different marketplaces. And it's very exciting because coming out on the 20th, we're actually going to have a new feature on Vendoo, which is using the photo room app to remove backgrounds of your pictures of your listings. So I personally always white out the background of every single one of my photos, my first photo for every listing I ever create. Before I put it on Poshmark or Mercari or eBay, I always white out the background. It makes it look so much better, so much more professional. So now Vendoo has incorporated that same software into what you already are paying for each month so that you can white out backgrounds of your pictures too, and it won't even have the photo room logo in the corner. It's so nice. I'm super excited about it. So if you guys haven't tried out Vendoo before, you definitely should give it a try. I use it to cross list, to delist everything that I do list. It's a great software. I really think that they're doing a lot of cool things right now. So use my link in the description box to try it out today. Very exciting, but let's jump into this list. There's 50 different brands to cover today, so we're gonna be moving fast. Let's do this, and here we go. Brand number one is Eves. This is a brand that is sold at Revolve, and it makes jackets and coats. It's a great brand to know. Their jackets and coats can resell for right around $100. And so $100 for a jacket or coat. If you can find this brand, of course, we're always gonna be putting up the logos, the labels for these brands up on the screen for you. It's the easiest way to recognize them in the wild because styles change, but usually the tag does not. So Eves is number one. Number two is Moncler. So Moncler, the things that you're gonna be wanting to look for from them, well, honestly, this brand, you kind of want to find anything from Moncler, but they make puffers, outerwear, hats, gloves, polos. All of these can sell for really good money, especially if you find a more substantial piece like a coat or jacket. They'll sell for hundreds of dollars, like $300, $500. Even a freaking polo shirt will sell for $100. Isn't that crazy? So that is an amazing brand to know. I've never found it, but boy, I do really want to. Number three is Filson, and they make a lot of outdoorsy clothing, mostly for men. I found a lot of it was selling for right around $40 to $50 for just a normal standard piece. And then when you get into flannels and bags, they were selling for more like $100. So Filson, when you want to know, CC Filson is also a name that you might see on a little label or logo. And so good brand to know. Number four is Fjallraven, and this brand I feel like is really known for those backpacks, like little rucksacks that they have, but there's more than just that. So we have flannels and jackets, they have the backpacks, but they also have hiking pants, and a lot of pieces from Fjallraven will resell for right around $35 to $100, with the backpacks actually being on that lower end. A lot of the flannels and jackets are the ones that are going to sell for more money, so really good to know. Number five is SPYDER. A lot of the pieces that were doing the best were new with tags pieces, which kind of goes across the board. Things that are new with tags are going to be able to resell for more when you sell them online. A lot of those were selling for $40 to $80, but anything that was not new with tags was really only selling for right around $35. So again, I wanted to include a couple of different price points in here of these brands. Some things will sell quickly, but not for as much money. And that's kind of what SPYDER is. It might sell pretty well, but it won't sell for tons of money. So around 35 is where I would land with that. And then we have Roots, which is a Canadian brand, and I really was looking at sweatshirts and sweatpants from this brand. Really popular and really kind of cool. They have a lot of pieces that also have specific locations on them, so like you can only get them at this city or things like that. Right around $35 for each piece, I would say. Not a ton of money, but also I've had good experience selling this brand, and they usually move pretty quickly for me. Number seven is Stio. STIO, they have jackets, hiking pants, vests, fleeces, pullovers, and I saw a lot of things selling for right around $30 to $50. So again, more in that like kind of bread and butter range, but even if you found a couple of those pieces, that could be a good amount of profit. So definitely worth looking for. Number 8 is Houdini, which was not actually in the list of brands, at least on Poshmark's end, so that's kind of insightful. But jackets, hiking shorts, coats, and pants from this brand can resell well. So they'll resell for $50 and up. Some of them will go for a lot more, but most of it will hover around that $50 amount. But the brand will be up on the screen for you. The tag looks like this. Number 9 is Cool. This is a brand that can do really well. I have sold some like puffer jackets for almost $100, but then some other pieces won't sell for nearly as much. So we've got pants, jackets, vests, and shorts that look like they would be the kind of ideal pieces to pick up. And these would resell for between $35 and $50 and a little bit above that too. So again, the more substantial the piece, the thicker, the more high quality to keep you from the cold, things like that will increase the price. Then number 10 is Smartwool. And from this brand, you're looking for sweaters and tights, pullovers, shorts, and jackets. You'll probably be able to sell things from this brand right around $50 if they're substantial. The more substantial, the better. But also I saw some pairs of socks, like single pairs of socks selling for $10, $20. And the only thing I've ever found from Smartwool is socks in the bins. And I wear those all the time and they're so nice. And now it makes sense. I didn't even know I could sell them and make money, but Smartwool is a great brand to know. It has a really unique little character too for the logo, so it's a little bit fun to recognize when you're out in the wild. Number 11 is not really gonna shock anyone. It is Patagonia. Patagonia is a really good outdoor brand to know. They make some really good pieces. Their puffers can do really well over $100. A lot of their pullovers will get you around $50 to $100 depending on the color scheme and the pattern. And so definitely one to know. And if you don't know it, then yeah, you're not gonna know a lot of these on the list then. Number 12 is Kavu, which makes a lot of like hiking bags. They have kind of like this sling style that's really popular. They're not going to sell for tons of money, but they also have hats from them. I was saying a lot of the things were selling right between $25 and $50. And a lot of those bags, unless they're a really specific pattern or unique, they'll sell right around $25. But sometimes over to $50. Not too bad. Number 13 is Helly Hansen. Helly Hansen makes really nice outdoor wear, which is like jackets, coats, snowboarding, and skiing pieces that are really nice for keeping you warm in extreme conditions. And I saw a lot of pieces selling nowadays right around $50 and up, which is lower than it has historically been. Helly Hansen used to be able to sell for a lot more, but that is kind of where it's landing nowadays. Then number 14 is Timberland. And I actually have been seeing a lot of boots moving for Timberland, and they were selling for between $50 and $65. So if you can find them at a pretty reasonable price, I do feel like $50 to $65 is a really great selling price. And a lot of Timberland boots are used by people in more like construction work, but also in like hiking. Timberland makes really, really thick and nice boots. So that's a good one. The number 15 is Canada Goose, which, man, I'm gonna find it someday, but they make jackets, coats, puffers. Those are the things you want to look for, and they literally will resell for hundreds of dollars, sometimes $1,000. Canada Goose is kind of a crazy brand. It's very similar to Montclair that we talked about earlier. Really high quality, really thick, really expensive. So hundreds of dollars if you can find Canada Goose. What a good one to know. Number 16 is Cotopaxi, which makes a lot of really cool pieces. I was really like intrigued by this brand while doing research. They had some really fun color blocking. Their backpacks can go for really good money. And then there also were some jackets in there too. A lot of the really nicer pieces or more substantial were selling for right around $75, but backpacks were reselling for like $100. So if you can find a color blocked backpack from Cotopaxi, that would be amazing. Really good money to be made there. Number 17 is Mountain Hardwear. Hiking clothing, bags, shorts, another one of those maybe lower tier, $25, but I have had good luck moving quickly with Mountain Hardwear. Number 18 is Bogner, which would make ski jackets, suits, and pants, also some puffers, and a lot of the pieces were reselling for $100 plus from Bogner, and so definitely another one to be on the lookout for. Burton is another one that I have found quite a few times. They make snowboarding jackets and pants. And I was saying that I found the comps to be right around $50 and up for a Burton piece. It really depends on what you find and the sizing as well. Usually across the board, the bigger the size, the better. More people can fit into bigger sizes, less people can fit into smallish sizes. So Burton is a good one. Number 20 is Woolrich. And I love picking up Woolrich, but not all Woolrich is created equal. A lot of Woolrich pieces that you find, maybe like a t-shirt or maybe just a long sleeve, those are not going to resell for a ton of money. But things like the jackets, the coats, and the flannels, some of those can resell for over $100. So you want to be on the lookout for more substantial pieces, of course. Number 21, the North Face. You're looking for puffers, jackets, and coats from this brand. I went into a North Face store for the first time and I was shocked at how expensive everything is, like hundreds of dollars at North Face for a jacket. And I find them all the time thrifting. And the resale on them is only around $50 and up, probably. It just depends on what piece you find. If it's a more substantial parka, you're gonna be able to sell that for over $100. But I was just shocked. The amount of money people can charge for things new is just shocking to me. I would much rather thrift it myself. Number 22 is Lululemon, one of my personal favorites. I am wearing Lululemon today. Lululemon is just so comfortable. I love it. But the more substantial, the better from this brand. We're looking at puffers, jackets, vests, coats, things like that. You can resell those for over $100. Things like what I'm wearing today. This is called the Scuba oversized pullover, I believe. These will resell for at least $70. Like, it's a deal if you can find something for $70. Usually more like $100. Original price $128. So very interesting, but there's a lot of good styles from Lululemon that people collect, like in multiple colors. Great to know. Then we have 23, Prana, another one of the maybe more like bread and butter brands for us. Prana, their dresses, pants, yoga pieces, $20 to $50 on the higher end, but usually right around that $20 mark. Number 24 is Arc'teryx, another one I really want to find, but their fleeces, jackets, coats, puffers, bags, around $100, sometimes more for anything more substantial like that. And a lot of these brands are going to be very similar in that if you find a jacket, a coat, or a bag, a lot of bags actually are really good money. Backpacks, hiking bags, things that are used for camping, those things will sell for really good money. Number 25 is Napapajiri. I could be mispronouncing. I think I did it right, but you're looking for a jacket or a coat from this brand. A lot of pieces from Napapajiri that are not jackets or coats will not resell for hardly anything, usually like $25. But if you find a jacket or a coat, really you're looking at more like $100. So it's one of those brands where a lot of things are not worth a ton, but then one specific category is. And so that's what we're here for. That's what this video is here for. Hopefully you can find some of those jackets and coats. Then number 26 is Barbour. I have found and sold this brand a few times. You're looking for jackets, coats, and quilted outerwear. This includes vests, things like that. Those pieces will resell for right around $100, which is amazing. And then we have number 27, which is called Icebreaker, which is puffers or jackets. And that's probably about $60 to $100 for a puffer or a jacket. And then for everything else, more like shirts, things like that, less substantial, $20 to $40. So again, you're looking for more substantial pieces. Another really good brand, number 28, is Mackage. Holy cow, you can resell these things for so much money. Mackage, you're looking for jackets, coats, and puffers. I feel like a broken record player. Jackets, coats, and puffers, but around $200 and up for a jacket, coat, or puffer from Mackage. A scarf even. I saw so many scarves reselling for around $60. They had a really specific look with like an arrow on them. Crazy amounts for Mackage. So definitely look at that logo on the screen. You need to know it. Number 29 is Mammoth, which would be jackets, coats, vests that you're looking for. Some of them can resell for $100, but this is another brand where things that are not in that more substantial category just aren't going to resell for as much, but still a good brand to know. Number 30 is Obermeyer. You're looking for ski suits, coats, jackets, and vintage pieces. I have sold some, like snow pants before for like $50 from Obermeyer. These pieces are gonna go for around $60 and up, but a lot of the pieces that you find are not gonna be worth very much. It's gonna be more of those vintage pieces or ski suits, things that are more substantial. Number 31 is Carhartt. Again, it kind of goes along with Timberland and more like if you're in a trade, these are really good work pieces, but also coats and vests from them can do pretty well for around 50 bucks. Then number 32 is Pearl Izumi, which is cycling pieces. So cycling tights, cycling shorts, things like that. Things are reselling for right around $25. So again, it depends on what price you can get the piece at. If you're at the bins and you find a ton of Pearl Izumi pieces, it could be worth picking those up. But I wouldn't pay up for them, but they do sell pretty well, especially in the warmer weather months. Number 33 is LL Bean, and you are looking for boots and parkas. Boots and parkas from LL Bean were reselling for so much money, a lot of good things over $100, but you're looking at $50 probably more on a regular basis for normal things from LL Bean, sometimes less, but if you could find a boot or a parka, that's what I would be looking for. Number 34 is Outdoor Research. So for Outdoor Research, you're looking for coats, ski pieces, and bibs. So like, you know, a full like snow kind of suit from like when you were younger with the little straps, bibs. A lot of those will sell for like $200. But most things from Outdoor Research will only sell for $20. So you either are finding gold or nothing, it feels like. But for a more substantial piece like those for snow, you could be looking at over $100. So that's amazing. Number 35 is Marmot. So jackets, coats, bibs, parkas can resell for hundreds of dollars, but most things will resell for $25. So again, if you find just a regular like t-shirt, you're not gonna make a ton of money, but if you find a parka, you could make $100. It just depends. Number 36 is Apparis. I talked about this brand before, I believe in my Revolve video, but they have jackets, coats, but a lot of their pieces are fluffy. Like they're like faux Sherpa or they're faux fur, really fluffy coats, and a lot of them will resell for right around $100. So a great brand to know. Number 37 is Bowden, which is a little surprising because we are talking outdoor and like, you know, hiking kind of stuff. But for the outdoor side, their jackets and coats can resell for really good money. I saw a lot of them going for around $100 for a wool or like just even a pea coat. So those are good to know that it doesn't have to be a puffer. It can just be like a nice jacket as well. Those can go for around $100. Number 38 is Columbia, which I pass on all the time, but a lot of Columbia stuff can sell for around 20 bucks. If you're happy with that price point, that can really be a good bread and butter kind of item for you if you find it a lot. So 20 bucks, not too bad. Number 39 is Chaco. Chaco makes really nice shoes. They're like sandals, or there's some other ones too, but mostly sandals that are for hiking, for outdoor activities. I love Chacos. They're so comfy and they have really good grip and they're also waterproof. Lots of things that are going great for them. I would say you could resell Chacos for right around $35. Sometimes a little bit more, it depends on what color you find, but especially too if you have a toe strap or you have multiple straps, 35 and up is a pretty reasonable estimate. Number 40 is Obaz, O-B-O-Z. I know, give me some grace in the comments for pronunciation. It's a lot. And these we're looking at hiking shoes and hiking boots. And a lot of pieces, a lot of shoes from this brand were reselling for around $50 and up, which is amazing. And then number 41 kind of goes hand in hand. We have a couple shoes here in a row. A Solo makes hiking shoes and boots, and those sell for around $60. So another really good hiking shoe category. Number 42 is Vasque, V-A-S-Q-U-E, Vasque. Hiking boots from them will resell for around $40. Not too bad. Not as good as the previous two, but still okay. Number 43, Danner. Danner makes some really nice hiking boots, very expensive hiking boots, and we see a lot of them reselling for around $100, which is amazing. So Danner is when you want to know. I'm going to put up a picture here. You need to know this brand. Number 44 is Teva. Teva makes some shoes that are similar to Chacos. I would say on the whole, they don't resell for as much, but around $25 for a pair of Tevas. If you can find them at a cheap enough price, I think that's worth it. And also some of the newer styles are like platforms. Same thing with Crocs. A platform is coming back and those will resell for more money. Number 45 is Hoka. And if you find a pair of Hoka boots, guys, you can resell those for over $100. I was shocked. I have never seen Hoka boots before, but they exist. Hoka One boots, $100. If you find just regular kind of like athletic shoes, sneakers, you're looking at more like $40, maybe $50. But still, I love finding Hokas. That is a win. Number 46 is SOREL. So you are looking at some shoes. Again, I have found a SOREL coat and sold it for $100. I don't find those very often, but sandals we're reselling right now, right around $50, $65. And then boots can resell for around $75. It just depends. And sometimes SOREL will really sit for a long time. So you have to be okay with the trade-off of taking a long time to sell if you want to make that kind of good money. Number 47 is a very specific type from JanSport. JanSport makes backpacks, and a lot of them are more common to find. I used to have a JanSport, but not all of them are super expensive. But let's talk about the vintage ones, vintage JanSport, or the corduroy one. The corduroy one, if you find it, you can resell it for over $100. Crazy, right? Also, if you find a rolling JanSport, you can resell it for around $100, which is crazy to me because we all used to have a JanSport, I feel like, back in the day. But if you find corduroy or rolling, $100 plus. So it's always worth looking up the JanSport that you find at the thrift. Number 48 is Osprey. We're looking at backpacks from this brand. Again, backpacks can resell for tons of money, and these ones will resell for $75 and up, which is absolutely amazing. Great brand to know for backpacks. Then number 49 is GREGORY, another backpack brand. As we've been talking about, backpacks really can go for good money. This one around $100, which I think is great to find a backpack. Usually I feel like they don't get marked up that much at the thrift store, and so I can usually get them for $5 or less. And then number 50 is On Running. So On Clouds, On Running, all these shoes that have the little wavy things at the bottom, really good shoes to resell. You can find them and resell them for around $50 and up, which can be really good depending on what your cost of goods is. I think that they have been really doing well in the running scene, and so I think that that would be a great brand to find and resell as well. So those are the 50 outerwear and outdoor brands that I think are great ones to resell online on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari. A lot of these brands can make you some really good money if you can recognize them in the wild by knowing their tags, by knowing what the brand is. The more times you see it, the more likely you will be able to recognize it out when you're thrifting. So let me know if you have any brands you would like to add down below. And also don't forget to check out Vendoo and use these new features. They're coming out with some really exciting features this month, including that photo room background removal. I am so ready for that. I need to use that because I use that every day of my life. So if you want to try them out, make sure you follow the link in my description. That also supports my channel. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And until the next video, bye.